Welcome to my crafting corner. Guys, last week I showed you how much I value my little brown book of all the things, all the notes, all the tallying up, keeping track. And this week I was like, you know what? I should keep going on and showing you guys how valuable that has been for me. So I got to the certain length of my second sock. It said what round I was supposed to be at, and I got to that round and it measured up to the exact same, and I even double measured it, which you will see right here. And as you can see, they measured out to be like really like to the almost exact, right? Which is good. My tension is still the same, which is really good because, you know, they're supposed to fit the same way, you know, the whole two socks thing. So now I was like, you know what? I should show you guys how I make a heel flap. To be clear, there are many, many ways to knit heels, heel flaps, the whole thing. You know, are you going cuff down or toe up? I do knit cuff down, just to get that part here. And I was like, you know what? I should show you guys how I knit a heel flap. I'm only showing you the heel flap. I know there's the heel turn and there's picking up of the stitches, which also shape the sock, that part of the sock. So, but sometimes I feel like when I'm knitting something, I just want to visually see someone else do it. Someone who's done it a lot of times. Just be like, okay, is this how we do it? So I was like, you know, I should totally just film myself knitting a heel flap. So I hope that you enjoy learning how to knit a heel flap today. All right, so let's make this heel flap. All right, just so you know, you're gonna need a set of double pointed needles. And if you are wondering how many stitches to make your heel flap, you will be making half the amount of stitches that you have casted on for your socks. So if my socks were 60 stitches, my heel flap would be 30 stitches. If my socks were 72 stitches, my heel flap would be 36 stitches, and so on and so forth. All right, so you're going to be knitting the first two stitches of this row. And this is a little bit different from all the other rows that you'll be knitting. But to begin with, we start with 2 knit stitches. And then you will be slipping the next stitch like that. Then you will knit the next stitch. Slip 1 stitch, knit 1 stitch, slip 1 stitch, knit 1 stitch. And you will repeat that all the way across your heel flap stitches, and you'll be ending on a knit stitch. So remember, your heel flap stitches will equal the half the amount of your sock stitches. So that is right there. That's my halfway point. Oh, and I just tuck my needles into my sock like this just to keep the other stitches securely in place. Now we're gonna do the purling side. So it's very simple. You really are just purling across, except for the first stitch, you will actually be slipping. So that helps your sides to be set up for when you pick up stitches, which we are not covering in this video, but that is why you're doing it, just so you know. All right, so yeah, just purl all the way across your row, and it's a nice and simple row. I'll be back when I get to the end of my purling row. Okay, now it's on to the knitted side. We are going to start with a slip one, just like we did with the purl side. So it will be slip 1, knit 1, slip one again, knit one, slip one again, knit one, and repeat that all the way across, and you'll end on a knit stitch. I'll be back when I get to the end of this knit row. All right, we are back to the purl side, so we're gonna slip one just like we did last time, and we are gonna purl across all the rest of the stitches. I'll be back when I'm done with this row. Hey, if you would take a moment and give this video a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And also a share and, give me a follow, whatever. You get the point, Thanks, guys. But back to knitting heel flaps. All right, back to the knitted side of the heel flap. So we start this row with one slip stitch, just like that. And then we will knit it stitch, slip one stitch, knit one stitch, and you'll continue to slip one, knit one until the end, ending on a knit stitch. Okay, so this is what your heel flap should start looking like. You'll continue to be doing the knit rows and the purl rows like I've been showing you until your desired length. Most heel flaps are about 2 inches. This one I'm making 2.5 inches because the sock's a little bit bigger. And then obviously if you're doing kid socks, that might be a little bit smaller than 2 inches, but even theirs normally is about 2 inches. Oh yeah, and I just want to make sure you guys understood that all the knit rows should start with a slip stitch. So only the first row was a knit 2 to begin with. From this point on, all the knit sided rows will be slip one, knit one, and then repeat across. All right, happy knitting. Keep repeating your knit rows and your purl rows. Okay, and that is the length that I am going for. This is what your heel flap should look like. I wanted to mention that you end on a knit row, not on a purl row, so that you'll be set up to do your heel turn. That's how you knit a heel flap. I hope that was helpful and that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!